What programs have I funded? Would she not fund? What programs would she fund, perhaps, that I haven't funded? I think those are reasonable things to ask of her.
Now, how much do you consider the future budgets in planning for this next budget? Or is it a consideration, or are we at a time where you really cannot consider? You have to consider what's coming up most immediately, because that's the time frame. Is that what you're saying?
Is what I believe deeply. Someone can disagree with me, but I believe this deeply. And quite frankly, I think some people just don't get it yet. I think some people don't understand the severity. Maybe they don't understand the pain and the difficulty that even now is being experienced by so many Ohioans. And I think I do, because I'm out there. I'm out there with the people a lot. And if I can just share with you, just one example of the kinds of things that I confront that trouble me. I got a letter from a woman who works at a restaurant where I occasionally eat breakfast. It was a handwritten letter. Didn't have perfect grammar or spelling, but it was a heartfelt letter. And she said, "Governor, I heard on the news that you want to try to help small businesses. And let me tell you what's happening in my restaurant." And she wasn't advocating, she worked there, but she was advocating for someone who had bought the restaurant and was struggling to maintain it and to keep the jobs and so on. Those things, that's the reality. There are people losing their jobs. We're going to have unemployment numbers out tomorrow, which I'm not at liberty to share with you. But it's troubling. And I'm going to do what I have to do to deal with the circumstances that I confront now. And to do it responsibly. And so I'm not a prophet. I don't know what the future's going to hold. No one does. When I was sitting and talking to the folks at Ford today, they were sharing with me how difficult it was for them to predict from month to month what the circumstances were going to be, what cars were going to be in demand and the like. And I was sympathetic to that, because it is difficult. All we can do is use the best judgment we have as we deal with these circumstances. There is no roadmap to get us out of this recession, because we haven't confronted these particular circumstances ever. We've had other recessions, but the particular convergence of the crisis in the housing industry and in the banking industry, financial institutions, the energy issues converging as they have, the tightening of credit, and the resulting unemployment. So I will, if I run for re-election, and if I'm the governor, I will responsibly deal with whatever I'm confronted with in the future, just as I'm trying to do that now. I get a little puzzled that any time criticism is directed toward me regarding this budget, there's always that statement after he runs for re-election. Let me tell you, they're thinking about that a lot more than I am at this point. What I'm thinking about is how to manage the affairs of this state in a responsible way at a time of an economic crisis. That's what I'm thinking about. And I think, reasonable for me to say to you and to them that if they want to take issue with the decision that I'm making, then I think they've got a responsibility to say what they would do differently. That's all that I'm asking of them. Tell me what you would do differently. You come up with an idea, and it's different than mine, and it's a good idea. You know, Ted Strickland may just say, hey, that's a good idea. We can work with that. But it's difficult to respond in a positive way to something that is simply criticism. And I would say not very constructive criticism.